This is Con Carne, a Q101 podcast presented by Alex Ross Art, alexrossart.com. You could own original Alex Ross artwork. Check out everything that's available, alexrossart.com. Alex Ross, legendary, iconic comic book illustrator and painter. In fact, there's a new Superman movie on the way next year. James Gunn's the guy behind it. His version of Superman is modeled on Alex Ross's version of Superman. Go to alexrossart.com, or if you're listening, but if you're watching, this is what Alex Ross is all about.
It's Con Carne. Let's eat in the car. It's Con Carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
So as I'm recording this, April 10th, it is beautiful in Chicago. The weather's finally turning around, which means it's time to get out and do something. Last month, I went to the Oak Brook Terrace Tower. It was the Fight for Air Climb, something I did along with the American Lung Association in an effort to raise funds, raise awareness to fight lung disease. We took on 30 stories of the Oak Brook Terrace Tower. Next month, we're going to Soldier Field. It's nice out. Let's hit the football stadium. We're going to go up and down the stairs at Soldier Field to raise funds, and I want you to be part of my team. Go to fightforairclimb.org/Chicago and click register as a team member. From there, search Con Carne and get yourself signed up. You could be on my team. Or you know what? You don't even need to search Con Carne. You could start your own team. May 19th, the Fight for Air Climb, downtown Chicago at Soldier Field. I will see you on the stairs. Safety and security are things that you and I need, want, and expect. What if you could always come home knowing that everything and everyone inside was safe and secure? Or know that that package you'd been waiting on, maybe a box of records or electronics or something really important, arrived safe and secure. Embrace the future of smart living. Empower your home with intuitive control. This will change the way you live. Call my friend Dan at Easy Automation for a free, no hassle, no strings quote, 630-730-3728, or get a quote on the web, easy-automation.net. Now we're recording.
Okay.
So don't fuck up.
Really
I looked right at him in the rearview mirror.
It's
terrible.
Wait, are we allowed to make eye contact?
No.
No, we're not.
No.
We're not?
No.
Don't you
No
dare.
eye contact.
Oh, jeez.
The
Don't
red
you
light
dare.
is great.
There are rules to this podcast recording.
Okay.
So it is Con Carne. In the car with me, it is Masonic Wave, or most of Masonic Wave, the majority rules of Masonic Wave. We are outside Estelle's on North Avenue. The address is... What is the address of Estelle's?
2013.
2013 West North Avenue. It's right by Six Corners. You know where this is.
Nice.
Iconic place in Wicker Park. Perfect place to record and get. We've got food coming. Get food from. Not the easiest place for Con Carne to park. So here's the thing. Scott, who's in the back seat, and I should say Bruce, Fritz, Clayton, and Scott from Masonic Wave.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
On my way here, I texted Scott. I'm like, where am I parking? What am I doing? And then he called, and we had a couple calls going back and forth. He was making recommendations as to where I could throw my hazards on, whether it was the bus stop right in front of Estelle's. Great idea. But we were talking through this. He's like, dude, I don't want you to be stressed out or upset. I think that's just my normal tone of voice when I'm driving through Wicker Park trying to find parking. I'm generally not an upset or cranky guy, but if you talk to me right as I'm dealing with people on bikes, scooters, cars, buses, like maybe I'm not at my best.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
I offered to bring you a bottle.
You did. Not helpful when I'm driving. Not a good look for Con Carne. Or the proud sponsors of said podcast. So anyway, Masonic Wave. This is episode 941. This is a Q101 podcast. Masonic Wave, the self-titled, comes out on Friday the 12th, so that means I need to get moving and get this edited in time. Self-titled album, and then Livewire, the release show, on the weekend.
Yep.
And Saturday the 13th. I'm catching you right as things are about to really just go full throttle. So let's talk about, I mentioned Bruce, Fritz, Clayton, Scott in the car. You've all played in some fairly high profile, or continue to play in some fairly high profile independent bands in and around Chicago. Had you all been in each other's orbits for a while? Like, how did I guess to rephrase, what's the secret origin of Masonic Wave?
Alcohol.
We're all 5 of us are bartenders.
Yeah.
By trade.
So this is service industry?
Yep.
Essentially,
Bartending, musicians, essentially, yes.
Yep. But we've all known each other for forever.
Yeah.
Do you know each other from bars first and musicians second?
I'd say musicians first.
Yeah.
And
Definitely this group, musicians first.
So I've talked about this recently on the podcast, that kind of unreality of living those twilight hours. I mean, you get it both ways, being musicians and bartenders. You kind of live you live in the underworld.
This is true. Well, at least these guys do. I had to retire from the empty bottle and go down to Thalia Hall because the hours are much easier on this old bartender guy up on front. You know, we check in at 5 and shows were usually over by 10 or 11. I didn't really retire from the bottle. I just pick and choose when I work there. When when say like Mudhoney comes through town, I'll go play. I'll go work that shift.
That seems fair.
Yeah.
5 to 10. Those are civil hours. Those are
Absolutely.
Those.
Good day drinking hours, too.
Good day drinking hours.
It's not wrong.
You haven't had a drink in like a year. Neither have I. So.
For those of us of an advanced age, that's a delightful schedule.
Indeed, it's quite nice.
Envious.
On those nights off, I'm usually in bed by 10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's a game changer.
I'm the same. I'll look at the clock if it's after 11. I'm like, what am I doing here?
Exactly.
What am I trying to accomplish? So that said, you kind of knew each other. When did Masonic Wave kind of start to germinate? Is this a brand new?
No, not at all. This is what 2000, like 16, 17.
Like what?
Yeah.
6 years
16?
ago?
Yeah.
I'd say
Yeah.
so. Clayton and I started kind of bouncing ideas around, and then
Yep.
brought Sean in and bounced more ideas around, and went through a couple bass players and ended up with, well, actually, then Bruce joined the fold.
Yep. And then we got Fritzy over here,
Yeah.
who laid down a whole lot of tracks on the album. Then once we got everything like finalized, actually like set, done, recorded, that's when things really started like going in the direction that we were searching for quite a long time. So it was nice to actually get that.
And the fully realized version of this band, again, the self-titled album comes out on the 12th, Masonic Wave. When I mentioned the fact that you come from some fairly high-profile bands, Yakuza, Naked Ray Gun, Sybaris, Goddamn Your Eyes, and Sean, who is not here, Land of the El Caminos, a former guest on Con Carne. In fact, like, everyone knows each other. I realize everyone in this car is connected to someone I've had on this show.
Yep.
In the past.
For sure.
All right, so we're outside Estelle's. Food is on the way. Scott, what did you have them send our way? Or is it a surprise?
We've got a burger with lettuce, onions, and tomato.
Yeah.
We also have something called a Big Beefy. I'm not sure what that is. It's a sandwich of some sort, right?
Okay.
I believe it's that shredded beef, barbecue sauce, and cheese on top.
Clayton looked at
Then
the
more beef.
Mm-hmm. We got some chicken nuggets coming,
Yeah, chicken nuggets.
garlic parm.
And fried green beans.
Yeah.
Fried green beans. That's how you're supposed to eat vegetables.
Yes. Yeah. I was like, we need some green in there.
Oh, wait, here we go.
Oh,
here it comes.
Talk about it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, who's bringing us our food?
I know.
Who is this?
I should know.
Guy.
Hello.
Windows side service.
Oh,
All
wow.
right.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Just gonna pass it around, you guys. This
Yep.
is the burger.
Yep.
This is the regular burger. I don't know how we want to go around here.
Big beefy.
Big
Beefy.
At
At last.
Oh, looks like we got an onion ring on there.
Oh, wow.
I can smell the onion ring.
Oh, yeah.
I can smell it. Oh, my God.
Fried onion rings. Or no, I'm sorry. That's the fried green beans.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Bruce.
James, you want the burger or?
I want the band to have whatever they want.
Oh,
Thank you.
I'll describe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
thank you.
Nice man. We need to
okay.
learn his name so we can properly thank him.
Yes, you're not wrong.
We should know his name.
You seem very charming.
Indeed.
Don't expect curbside service if you come to Estelle's, by the way.
Estelle's.
How do you spell your name again?
Yeah, right.
All right.
I've got napkins back here as well.
Oh, good.
And
good,
I have
good.
ketchup if you care for ketchup.
I do care for ketchup. All right. So, what is the big beefy? Have we decided?
Clayton, you read the menu. What is the big beefy?
Shredded beef. It's back. Wait, where is it? Oh, I got it.
Yeah, pass it on up.
Looks like it's on some Texas toast, but shredded beef, some barbecue sauce, topped with some cheese,
Okay.
some fries on the side.
That works. Thank you to Estelle's for the hospitality. Thank you, Scott, for the hookup.
Thanks, Scott.
No problem. I was trying to get you guys to the new spot, but
And the new spot is.
so we're opening a bar called The Getaway in Lincoln Square, and it's kind of our industry open tonight, actually, and the grand opening to the public is this ended up landing on the same night as our record release show, so I will not be there.
Is it a straight up bar, or is there?
It's
food?
just a bar, yeah.
Okay.
It's in the spot where the Grafton pub
right on.
is, which is right next to the Old Town School of Music.
That area. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I used to live right outside of Lincoln Square.
it's like another world up there.
It is. I mean, the transformation that area has undergone in the past 20 years is insane.
Yeah.
But I guess you could say that about Avondale.
I was about to say that about Wicker Park.
I know, right? So look right in front of us.
Wicker Park is definitely different from when you all
Yes.
were coming up.
Yes.
Indeed.
Well, Fritz used to work at the Pontiac.
Yeah,
Which is now a big
I actually
Scott.
worked at Estelle's briefly
Oh, yeah,
for about
sure.
like 2 weeks
Yeah.
or something. I with Scott actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Only 2 weeks? Were you
Yeah.
asked to leave?
No, I
Fritz is a day worker. He doesn't like the nighttime hours.
I can't do the. Well, back then I couldn't do the 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock hours anymore. So it's getting too old for that.
I understand.
Yeah.
All right, somebody. I don't want to be like first in on the burger. Someone, please.
Oh yeah. Here.
So James, please be first
what
on
about
this
the
big
big
beefy.
beef-
Be
big
first
beef?
on this one.
Some fried vegetables.
I gotta pass.
Yep.
Okay, we'll take
the burger
that.
back, Scott.
All right.
Yep.
Oh,
Sure,
geez,
I'll
this is
carry.
gonna be okay.
We'll just rotate.
You want some of the nuggies?
Sure.
There you go.
All right, I'm going to grab the big beefy.
All right.
Get in there.
I guess I'll take a hit on this burger.
Here.
Yep.
Here's the tray.
Oh, it is dripping. Holy shit.
I knew it. I knew it was gonna be big and beefy.
Yeah. I got to be honest.
Turns out.
I'm scared of the big beefy. As your host tonight, I got to set this down.
Yep.
I might need to come to this in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
All right, where are the fried vegetables?
Oh,
Here, I got you right here.
you're talking about the French fries or the green beans?
Ooh.
See, these are car friendly.
All right. I had 2 bites.
Oh, right on. Is the dipping sauce where all the spice is coming from? Holy!
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh my God!
Is it spicy?
I'm gonna need a minute. Wow.
Sorry about that.
No, I like heat. I just can't talk as I'm. I think I just broke out in a sweat, guys.
Scott, can I have a
Please
napkin,
take these.
please?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
And who needs a napkin?
I do.
Thank you.
I just raised my hand. All right.
Please, me.
All right. Again, Estelle's, 2013 West North Avenue, right by Damon, Milwaukee. This food's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Open till 4 a.m.
Served till 3:30. Kitchen open, I believe.
That's
You
good.
can scratch that itch. Scratch that itch at all hours. All right. So the album, Masonic Wave, the self-titled. Bully was the first song we heard from the album. Video recorded at Liars Club.
Yes.
Mostly.
Partially, yes.
And the beautiful town of Lockport, Illinois.
Lockport is a bucolic area. It's home of my favorite haunted house. Whose kids were enlisted to?
That's my. The bully is my nephew.
Oh no! I hope he didn't
Thomas.
typecast him for future.
You know, I was going to use his older brother and have his older brother beat up Thomas, who became the bully. But then we thought it'd be funnier if the bully beat up one of us. So Clayton drew the shortest straw, and that's how that worked.
Yep.
Do you guys remember watching My Bodyguard when it was in movie theaters?
Indeed.
Yes.
Speaking of bullies,
I literally just saw that pop up on either like an Amazon feed or whatever. I was like, oh my God, I haven't watched that in so long.
with Chris Makepeace.
Yeah.
I don't know why I remember that. So the video is out, which is awesome. And to me, the song makes sense as the lead track. I mean, it's just a barn burner right out of the gate. I'm mixing metaphors, but it's the right, like, propulsive song to introduce yourself.
Well, thank you.
Agreed.
Tent City seems timely and topical. You want to talk about that? Do you consider yourself? Do you consider this band to be political?
No, not at all. It's more just like an observation. I wrote the lyrics for that, and it kind of came out of like it was during COVID. I was walking around Humboldt Park, and even after that, just started to notice that there were a lot more tent cities popping up around Chicago, and
And still are.
Yeah.
and still are, yeah. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's not just here too. I mean, it's like
for sure,
all over the country and probably all over the world for that matter. But definitely here. It's been a thing happening in Chicago, and yep, I feel for the folks that got to live in Tent City
for sure. As a side note, the French fries at Estelle's are perfectly salted.
They're really good.
This is the right ratio of salt to fried potato.
I will pass it along.
Yeah.
Scott's texting whomever. he's like the secret shopper of Estelle's tonight. He's like, fries,
Yeah.
seasoned,
Well,
Perfectly salted.
Scott's like extended family of Estelle's.
Yes.
I was here a long time, although everybody that works here now has no idea I worked here then.
It's like me and the radio.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right. Same era, probably.
Yeah.
I started here in 99.
Did it for a long time. People have no fun. Yeah, actually, the first question they ask is, what's radio?
Yeah, right.
I mean, you want to what now?
Q1 what now? Idle Hands. Now, here's a longer song. And this is an 8-minute song that kind of sneaks up on you. You feel the tension building. It's almost hypnotic how it does it. Tell me a little bit about this one, because this really caught my attention.
Go ahead, Scott.
I don't know about the lyrics.
No, not about the lyrics. Just tell me. I mean, this is an 8-minute
Well, I
prog
think
metal opus. I
I
mean, tell
think
me
it
about
was originally kind of 3 different. I know it was 3 different
It
ideas.
was, because we were playing them when we started, just like 2 or 3 different songs. And then you were like, hey, how about we just mold it into one with like just the start of it being like the intro. But I remember like when we started to learn it, the riffs you had, there was multiple, but it's like they all just bled together so well.
I think the front half, like the kind of mellow guitar chimey thing, was like a thing that I was kind of noodling around with early on when we first started playing like live shows, just as filler while we were sound checking or setting up, and the rest of the guys were setting up. Bruce would start playing sax over it, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually it became a thing, and we threw it in front of a song, and then, I don't know, threw the back half on top.
Yeah, I know, but
It's
I
like
mean...
3 songs mushed together.
Yeah, but you wrote like some monster riffs in there, and that's why it was just like, yeah, we could... You saw the puzzle just, be completed,
Yeah, we kind of even talked about whether we separated on the record as different songs or not, and we ended up just throwing them together.
Yeah.
And for those who are listening, that's the L directly overhead. that's the blue line going right above us. Well, speaking of those longer songs, which I'm kind of a fan of, Mountains of Labor.
There's a little... the arrangement is definitely a little askew. Took us a long time to figure it out. Once we recorded it, we're like, I guess that's how it goes.
Yeah.
And then we had to kind of relearn it.
I mean, I definitely went through 2 or 3 different drum, core pieces of that. Like, I was never really satisfied. Like, to this day, I don't really feel like I am either. But
Next time we record it.
exactly, And that's the thing, too, man. We've recorded these songs, so many times. I mean, it's... Masonic Wave is definitely, it's free-flowing, I feel like. And it's just, I mean, I'm never going to be comfortable when I'm playing, but it's like I appreciate the journey and trying to figure these songs out and just and playing with this group. I feel very, very, blessed and lucky to do so. And without anyone being like, oh, it has to be this. It has to be this right now. It's like, no. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I mean, that's a perfect example of Mountains of Labor, because that song, I mean, we didn't really have the parts, like the length at least, actually set. It used to be, because I was still working out some lyrics and some vocal lines, so we kind of left it open, and then there was for a while there I was doing like hand cues to do like a switch to a different part, that kind of stuff like that. Until we got into the studio to do the album, and then we like kind of just like tightened it up, and we're like, okay, it'll be here, And
I mean, our first gig, I don't even think we heard any of the stuff that you were going to sing over it. That bottle gig, we just kind of
went for it.
Yeah, I mean, that was the first reveal of vocals.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel more comfortable just like doing it in front of an audience as opposed to doing it in front of your bandmates, because they can go, no, stop this, let's start over. At least we're like live. They'll be like, you can think it. You're like, God, I can't believe he's doing that right now. But I won't hear about it till later. So,
well, for what you're doing, for five guys to have consensus on the sounds you're making, I think there's something pretty remarkable about that. To be able to come together and make this noise.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fritz, are you good?
Am I good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm great.
I mean, you're quiet. I mean, should we...
Oh, I'm just listening.
He's got those awesome chicken nuggets
Fritz
back
is a great
here, man.
listener.
Wait, Fritz is hugging the chicken
chicken
nuggets.
nuggets.
Yeah.
Fritz,
Yes.
give it up.
The chicken
I mean,
balls.
Bruce and I are sitting here utterly chickenless.
Oh, he might. Did you? Is there any left? You got one?
I had one.
There's plenty of burger, and there's
Yep.
more green beans.
Yep.
If you guys are interested.
I'll have a green bean.
Yeah, you pass the green beans.
You want the very last chicken
That's
nugget?
for you.
No, it's for Fritz, apparently.
Fred's? As he takes it back.
Hand it to you.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess.
I want you to have that last nug, bro.
All right.
Anyone else want another fried green bean?
So Sean apologizes for not being able to make it.
We miss you, Sean.
He's slinging drinks at the bottom lounge right now.
Yep, making that money.
I'm not sure who's playing, but
I will see him tomorrow. I'm going there for orgy.
oh, nice. Yeah, he'll
Oh,
be there.
yeah.
He'll be there.
Of course. Again, former guest. So, as we're talking about long songs, let's talk about how this whole thing wraps up with Bamboozler. You put everything all out there. I mean, you leave it on the field, or whatever the right metaphor is, and then it kind of fades away into this lush musical dreamscape. I talk a lot about album sequencing. It seemed like the appropriate way to end it, coming in as you did with Bully.
That's actually the first riff that Clayton and I worked on, I believe.
Really?
Yeah. It's the first Masonic Wave idea, I guess.
Yeah, and that's how I knew right away. I was like, yeah, like I'm in, because like it took me so long to figure it out. So like, because Scott wrote that, and I remember multiple times I was like, wait, how do you count that?
Yeah,
What is
there's
that?
like a little,
So it's a little
tricky part there in the
some
middle.
tricky parts in there, a little bit mathy, but that's how I knew. I said we can make something out of it, man.
That's really interesting. Because those are the first actual lyrics I kept.
Oh,
when
yeah.
I wrote just that last part. He fooled you good.
Right.
Left you out to dry. Bamboozler.
Yep.
And interesting because the original, the OG Bamboozler used to bartend down Milwaukee Avenue. What was that place that was on Wood?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I forgot what it was called. It's something else now, but back in the '90s, it was a place, and this guy Lance that I knew, he was the one. He was always talking about these different patrons. He's like, oh, that guy. He's a total bamboozler, and I like that. That's been in my head for 20 years.
I think,
and I just blurted it out while I was singing in rehearsal one day.
That's such an old-timey word.
Exactly, I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, bamboozler. But we all know what it means, so
Yeah.
you know.
Keith Pastrick wrote a song called Lonnie the Earthworm, I think, about that same bar.
Oh, really?
Keith Pastrick
now
is
we
also
need
the
to know
guy
what that
who...
bar is. We need to figure out what the name is.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I'm blanking.
There's
out,
so much from the 90s I don't remember. I'm sure you all can relate.
I can't remember what I did yesterday, let alone 95. Yes, indeed.
Another song I love, talking about Bully and how that just, storms in. Julia, after I'm done listening to that, I feel like there's nothing left but scorched earth. I mean, that's just, you guys rip on that one.
Thank you.
Which one's Julia?
Which one's Julia? Oh, yeah. That's a
I'm
weird
still trying to
time
remember the-
signature too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, which one's Julia?
I had a hard time learning all the songs.
I understand.
I thought you did a
Yeah.
pretty good job, actually.
Yeah.
That's just saying.
Well,
I mean, great with the music part, right? But with the names of the songs, I will accept that. Yeah,
That's fine.
that's fine.
They were all titled different things for a long
Yeah, I know,
time
right?
anyway. So
Well, speaking of knowing names, as guys who've worked in bars as long as you have, how are you with remembering regular customers' names?
I remember their drinks.
I remember the yeah.
We all do.
Yeah.
That's about to say the same thing.
Yep.
I'm a face guy for sure.
There's certain bar regulars that I couldn't, say their name.
And it's not out of disrespect.
Oh
it's
no,
just-
No, not at all.
Not at all. But I could rattle off the last 4 drinks they've had in the past 8 years. They've come in, like, say, definitely the bottle. I'd be like, you want an old style? No, you want a gin tonic? No, you want a, like that kind of a thing. But I'm like, what the hell is that guy's name again? Or what else is that guy's name?
I'm terrible with names. I'm okay with faces as long as I'm seeing those faces where I'm used to seeing them. When I see a face out of context, if I know someone from, let's say, Empty Bottle, and I see that person in a Mariano's, it throws me.
Totally. 100%.
It's out of context.
Yeah, I need to place it in something familiar. All right, so the album is self-titled, Friday the 12th, Livewire, the release show on the 13th. As members of other bands, where does Masonic Wave fit into your band diet? I mean, does this become the priority? I mean, is Yakuza still...
We're still going strong. We just had our 25th anniversary show at Thalia Hall back in...
with Sybaris?
Yeah, with Sybaris. Thank you very much, Clayton,
I was in the audience.
for playing that.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, for me, they're all there, regardless of if one's busier than the other or whatever. they all take priority in some way, shape, or form,
So there's no sacrifice being made. It's just making room for more.
Sure.
I think all of us are the same way.
Yeah.
Naked Dragon hasn't been active in a couple of years or so, but
Well, you were at that in-store at Quimby's. That was active. I was there for that.
yeah.
I was busy.
I miss playing though. But
I know.
I'm starting a new project with Bill
What? Just kidding.
and a couple guys from the Methadones.
Nice.
Cool.
And remember the band Blood People, right?
Of course.
It's with an Allie Jados.
Yeah, she's a great singer.
And with her too. So
Oh, that's wonderful.
yeah. So we've been working pretty hard. We have a show in May. We didn't have a set all year. Now it's like we booked a show like 6 weeks ago, and like, oh shit, we better get some songs down. So
Where are you
it's
playing?
coming together.
Yeah, where are you playing?
We're playing at the Blue Island
Company.
Oh,
beer
yeah.
thing. It's like a beer can
Yeah.
festival.
Oh, yeah. They do a
it's
nice
like-
job out there.
Yeah, it's like 9 bands. I've never been to Blue Island. I heard it's very nice.
That's the pocket to go to. Blue Island Beer Company.
Yeah,
That's
that neighborhood.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, they do a
Okay.
great job. I know those guys. They're awesome.
Cool.
I've seen good shows there too. All right, so by the way, that Quimby's Ray Gun in store.
Yeah.
I swear that was the coldest day of whatever month that
Yeah,
was.
and you guys had to stand outside for like how many hours?
I was wearing my black Converse and I could not feel my toes by the time I got in there. Worth it, obviously.
Well, thanks for hanging
I got
out.
to shake your hand.
What's that?
I got to shake your hand.
Oh my gosh.
Well worth it.
I actually got COVID that day.
Did you really?
Well, it's like when we finished, we went to the Cobra Lounge just kind of for drinks afterwards for the band and everybody, and I started feeling horrible, and I'm like, what the hell's wrong with me? I puked
It was
in
that
the bathroom,
instant. Wow.
and I just went home like, sorry guys, I don't know what's wrong with me, and I tested myself and I had COVID. So.
All right, so I want to thank Estelle's. The food is great. Actually, we're going to dig in more when it's a little more appropriate to make absolute messes of ourselves when the camera is off. The Big Beefy looks delightful, as does that burger. I want to thank Estelle's, again, 2013 North Avenue for the hospitality. The food's awesome. You guys are Masonic Wave. Again, the album out on the 12th. We can see you at Livewire on the Northwest Side on the 13th, this Saturday night. The music sounds great.
Thanks.
No surprise given the gentlemen who are in my car right now, but it sounds great. Really nice job.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Well, I just wanted to add that the chef's name was Sly.
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 Sly. Thanks
Okay.
for the food.
Oh, thanks,
Thanks,
Sly.
Sly.
Thanks, Sly.
Thank you, Sly.
And thank you to the kind food runner.
That was Sly.
That was
Oh, that was Sly?
Yeah.
He cooked it and delivered it.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And also thank you to Allie for taking care of us inside.
Yep.
I think Sly is the MVP of this episode, really,
Yeah.
absolutely.
for the curbside service.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, I think you guys are awesome. No surprise, this album sounds great. Thank you for doing this in the middle of North Avenue
Thank
on a
you.
weekend.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, James.
See you at the rock show.